Thanks for listening to Bad Patches episode 7. Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about hobbies. You remember those? Hobbies are like dreams, you know? We all have them, but are they good enough? My hobby, if we can consider it a hobby, has always been music. What in music? I don't know. Anything. Listening to music, a lot of it. Recently collecting records, but collecting records is an odd one. Like, it's so convenient to just play stuff on Spotify, you know? I have the record I'm playing, but I still play it on Spotify, even though the record player is right next to me. Like the whole having to swap things out, it is kind of a pain. Like, I want to say that at some point I got convinced that owning it was better. But it's ultimately just going to be junk. Because if my kid doesn't like the albums that I have, he's going to sell them. He's going to sell it to somebody and somebody else will own it. My whole thing was I wanted him to know me through the music I liked. But as I grow older and, he gets older, he's his own person. Like, I'll influence his music style just as much as my parents influenced mine, which was very little, I think your music sense comes from your friends group. And if I'm lucky, he will have a good set of friends that like rock and roll. But since I can't travel much and I can't do a lot of things that I wish I could do, my whole thing is taking him to shows just so that he can witness how amazing like different music is. And I like a variety of stuff, so he'll get exposed to it. Anyway, going back to hobbies, or dreams, I guess. Like I said in my previous episode, like, I want to do this podcast thing and YouTube videos and stuff. But those are like young people dreams, And I can't do this shit when my wife's home. And I'm not afraid of my wife or anything like that. But she judges me when it comes to the podcasting and stuff. Because, she says that, what's the point at my age? Like, I should be helping my son live his dreams. Which is true, I mean, at an extent. But I'm still my own person, Like, I still want to do things. And I can't talk shit and stuff when she's around. So I can only record these things when she's not around. So that might not give me a lot of time to make these episodes long or anything like that, which is fine. I mean, I don't have opinions on things. I'm just kind of ranting. But yeah, like, I made another YouTube page where I'm reviewing music because, like, I love music so much, and I was like, oh, somebody needs to know the stuff that I know. Like, and like, a lot of you guys already know the stuff that I know. I haven't even been able to figure out, like, how to make a video review, like, somewhat long or amusing to people. Like, with these YouTube shorts and TikTok and all that shit, like, I don't think people watch videos anymore. I think it's all just reels and stuff. And you gotta make them like under 90 seconds. And you can. Like, I don't know. My whole thing was gonna be like, give some backstory and stuff like that. But I don't have a backstory for everything. And I'll run out of content like quickly. Like, music takes me to a place. If it's an older stuff, will take me to a place when I listen to it. Like, I remember when I first listened to The Doors. Like, I listened to The Doors in the living room of, I don't know, the second home we lived in, on a CD. It was a Best of the Doors CD. It was silver. It was my uncle's. I was in the living room. I put it on the CD player, and I think it started with LA Woman. And I was like, what? And I loved it. It was great. I discovered the Doors, even though I probably already heard them. But at that point, I was just like playing CDs that I found. So I remember that. And then like AFI was a big one for me. I think I used to play it loud. I would wait for everybody to leave the house, just blast that thing and like scream out the lyrics and sing along. And those were fun times. I was young, I was in my teens, and it was a great time. Like, I can tell you that I listened to, I don't know, Rocket Man on my computer, like when I was married. Like, well, not married. I was together with my current wife, but we were married. We just started living together, and I had the computer in another room, and I just landed on it. I had never heard it before, and it was good. I was alone. I was playing it. I enjoyed it. Not much to say, but I know where I was when I heard it. And that was that, right? And at that age, like, I wanted to be in a band. Like, I wanted to be a musician. I played guitar. I owned a guitar. I wasn't that great at it, but I could play. Like, I could, follow a tune. And I did end up playing in a band. The way that ended, or the way that happened, was a friend of a friend was in a band, and they would cover Blink-182 songs. And they were looking for a vocalist, and he asked me, since I spoke English, this was back in Mexico, and asked me for a favor if I could just like sing the songs until they found a singer. And I was like, sure, man, like, that works for me, like, whatever gets me out of the house. So I learned a bunch of Blink-182 songs, and then I was like, hey guys, like, maybe we should play something different besides Blink-182. Like, you guys have these songs down. Let's try, like, maybe put some Offspring in there, and Nirvana or something. And we did, and we played a live show. It was the only live show I ever played. No, well, yeah, it was the only little gig I played, and it was at his house, and there were like, I don't know, maybe like 10 people like there besides us. Like, it was some of his friends. And I sang with my horrible singing voice, but it was great. And I remember that one of the guys in that went to the show, he was like, "Now, man, when you sing fucking Nirvana, you gotta scream like this and blah blah blah." And then kind of sang with the band. It was great. I was not into any of that music, so it didn't matter to me. But I did it, and I got some experience through that. And I think at that point in my life, I was really into indie music, and a big band of that was the Stills, this Canadian band. So I ended up making my own band with my best friend at the time, Jonathan, and this other friend that I made through this comic book store that we used to hang out at. He also played guitar. He was very bad. He was learning how to play the guitar. He was not good at all. And so he was more like the rhythm guitar. I was the lead guitar. And my buddy was the vocalist, right? And he had a somewhat okay singing voice. And at that point, we were just playing covers. And we didn't go anywhere. We just pretty much, they would go to my house and we would play. And I'd get upset because the friend of mine that was playing the rhythm guitar couldn't play like this really simple, like 3 notes. And I would complain about it. I do remember being an asshole. But that didn't go anywhere. But I still, I made a band. It was a hobby. I liked it. And I always enjoyed playing guitar. Like, in my head, one of the things that I've always wanted to do was make music. and I just don't have the output. Like, I have the ideas of the sounds that I want in the song, but I can't create it, which can get frustrating. But I never went anywhere with it besides those two times. And I sold my guitar. I don't know. I probably needed to pay some fucking furniture where I moved, and it just that went away. Um, Now that my son is a little older and he likes to sing, I've been thinking of getting a guitar again and just kind of playing stuff that he likes to see if he sings along or see what happens with it. I don't necessarily want him to play guitar. That's the only instrument where I could be of help. Like, my sister-in-law gave him a keyboard, and I kind of tried learning some stuff that I saw like on YouTube. But the keyboard is not an instrument for me. Like, I didn't give the time of day to it. I have no interest in it. And my son enjoys playing it, but for some reason, and I don't know if other parents have noticed this, but when you try to teach your kid something, like, they don't fucking pay attention. But the moment somebody else tells them, like, they fucking do it. Like, and then maybe that's why fucking music teachers exist. But I don't want my kid to go some stranger's house to learn how to play the piano. Plus, I think the whole having a piano is good, but that's not his instrument. Like, if I don't have it out, he doesn't look for it, If I have it out and I'm playing it, then he'll come and play a little bit, like, of that 2 songs that I, showed him how to play. But yeah, like, hobbies kind of come and go. Dreams come and go. But I'm hoping this one kind of stays. It doesn't cost anything. It's not hurting anybody. All I'm going to do is just, say the stuff that comes to mind. And hopefully, you guys have hobbies and talk about it. Like, do it anyways. Like, who the fuck cares? We're gonna die anyway. There's enough garbage on YouTube for you not to start a podcast, or for you not to put your music out if you are a musician. Like, I watch people, like, I fucking judge the shit out of them. Like, all these people that eat, like, at Burger King and all that shit and review it. Like, fuck you guys. But also, like, good on you. Like, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna fucking put my face on the internet and be like, this is what a fucking Big Mac tastes like, and blah blah blah. Like, everybody's had a Big Mac. Like, go fuck off. Like, but you do it anyway, and they get views. They get tons of views. People with deformities. Like, there's this one guy that shows up on Instagram every now and then that only has one finger, and he does food reviews. And I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this guy is not watching it for the food reviews. They're watching it because of the oddly finger hands that he has. But everybody has something. And sometimes I'm like, God damn it, I wish I had a fucking deformity so I could be a billionaire. Like, I'm a fucking basic ass bitch. Like, I am a generic Mexican, It's also something that my friend brought up, like, when I met Brooks Nielsen from the Growlers. He hang out with my friends for 2 hours, and then I met him again in like a month. And then they were like, oh, why didn't you tell him, like, if he remembered you? I was like, fuck that. Like, is he gonna fucking remember some fucking Mexican, like, that looks like every other Mexican? Like, I had nothing going for me. I look like everybody else. Like, he remembers the people that have a gimmick. There's this guy that wears a hat. There's this guy that always has a cowboy hat that's always in the shows. He remembers that guy. He's a fucking cowboy hat guy, I don't do that shit. I'm just some guy. And I'm just some guy making a podcast. All I'm saying in this episode is, if you want something, like, if you want to do something, just do it. Don't be afraid. Like, fucking waste your time doing something that you like. Nothing will come out of it, or something will come out of it. Who knows? Just do it. Who the fuck cares? Fuck your wife. Fuck your friends. Fuck everybody. Just do it. Do it now. Stop listening to this garbage. Hit like, and then, do what you need to do. if you want to promote it here, like if you want to be like, hey Patches, I decided to do this shit because I listened to your horrible podcast episode. You mind promoting it on your next episode? I'm gonna fuck it, yeah. This episode's brought to you by Bullshits Podcast number 5. And whoever owns your underwear.com. Just do it. Like, just do something. I think you'll be happier. Working a 9-to-5 job is what we all do. We have to do it. They told us that we have to do it. So we do it. Right? We sit on our asses, getting fatter by the minute. And then when we're done, we're too tired to do anything else. So, if you have the drive, fucking do it. Do it while you're fucking working. Hey, do you have downtime and can do a fucking podcast? Fucking do it while you're working. Have them pay you to do this. Like, fuck them. It's fucking cunts. They're gonna pay. If they could pay you less, they would. But they can't. Anyway, I'm getting angry. And it's only 2:43 p.m. Still things to do. I still have work to do. Like, subscribe. Tell your friends about this page. What's in it for you? Nothing. I guess maybe helping another guy out. Do it. Do it for me, guys. Come on. Don't you like me? I'll be your friend. You know? I'll shine your shoes. Shine your shoes, Governor? Shine your shoes? I don't know, man. Like, do something. You know what I know a lot about? Pop culture. And maybe I used to know a lot about pop culture. I've noticed that I'm getting older because, those award shows like the Grammys and all that. I used to know everybody. I used to know what movies were coming out and all this and that. And whenever they show up now, I'm like, who the fuck are these people? What the fuck is a Sabrina Carpenter? Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Don't be a stranger. Stay tight out there. Bye.